When you are testing the entire smart contract using Hardhat environment, Hardhat is compatible with the particular node version. If you go with the latest node version, it might be having an issue because the package will be unbundled. So in a specific node version like 18.17.1, in that what will happen when you will install the Hardhat package, it will install as an internal package, as a one package. But when you will install in the latest model, the package will be installed. Sometimes the package installation will fail, but it's going to unpack the entire bundle, and there you will have an issue because we have multiple libraries in that. We have child library, we have Mocha library, which will allow us to do the testing, unit testing of the smart contract. So there are multiple things that are involved. So when we are building the project, and you can see that I'm using a specific version whenever I'm including the Hardhat. So make sure to follow the exact one because we have to test the contract as well, and it will help us to deploy the contract very smoothly rather than switching back to different terminals, going to online ID like a remix ID for deploying the contract. So no matter when you are building the project, right now Hardhat is compatible with 18.17.1 node version. So make sure to go with that. There is no problem in that. Go with that. It will help you to build the smart contract, test, deploy, and in the front end side you can use any framework, and that's what we have done in a lot of our projects. So what we have done, we have taken like Hardhat environment into a particular folder in which we have the complete setup for the Hardhat. So we are using a specific node version for that particular contract development in the Hardhat environment. But when it's come to interacting with the front end, connecting with the smart contract, we're using the latest model, and that's what you have seen probably in most of the project which we have built recently. So that's how you can able to toggle between the old node version and the latest node version. If you don't know how to downgrade or upgrade the node version, watch this video in which we have explained in detail that how you can toggle between different node version and why we have to pick a specific node version. Because in most of my project I like to use Hardhat, and Hardhat gives a really powerful framework. They have multiple function models which we can use to test the contract as a unit testing, and I can become a signer and use any particular wallet address and fork the mainnet and perform the transaction to test my contract. So there are a lot of powerful things we have in the Hardhat environment. That's why I prefer to use Hardhat more rather than using other frameworks like Ganache. So I would highly encourage you that when you are building any project, you have the choice to use Hardhat, or you can simply use remix ID for deploying the contract. So you can write the contract, you can take your contract to the remix ID and deploy it from there. You can do that. And in that way, you can able to remove all the packages we have installed in the Hardhat for development, testing, network configuration. So that should be your thought process. So that's why I'm telling you again and again that when you are working on any project, whatever version we are installing, that's why I have given the starter file so you can simply clone it and you can start following the project straight away. In that way, what will happen that you will be on the same stage where I am following the tutorial, and that will help you to like continue the project without having any trouble. As long as you will use exact node version, no matter when you are building this particular project, like you are building for 5 years, like 10 years, as long as you use the exact model, exact version, everything would be working fine. The reason why we have included a specific version, because we need some of the feature which that particular tools provide us. I need to test the contract, I need to fork the contract, I need to set the development environment for the contract, for testing, for forking, for like multiple performance. So that's why we are using a specific node version. Like in case in future Hardhat will support the latest node version, then definitely we'll switch back. And it's not a big deal. Like this framework will get update, or some framework will get late update. But this update which you will have in the package is not going to change the nature of the package. It's going to act exactly, it will add some feature, some security layer, but the core feature is going to be exactly the same. So that's the thing you have to understand. As a beginner developer, I see a lot of you guys have this confusion that like recently we got a change in the Hardhat packages. Should we use in our project, or why it's not working in my case? So don't think in that way. The technology is going to be the same. It's going to be evolved gradually, and you have to use it. You have to use it. So unless or until you will not build project, you will not try to understand that what exactly you are building, then obviously you're going to have a lot of trouble. So try to understand that what you are building, try to do a proper analysis, use the package correctly, because once you will understand the packages, you can able to understand very easily, and you can able to do the modification. For example, I'm using a Web3 model. You can simply bypass that and you can use other libraries we have for connecting with the multiple wallet providers. So there's tons of options you have. But if you don't understand the basic of the development, how you can communicate with the crypto wallet, how you can perform the transaction, then you're going to have a lot of trouble, because this is the basic things which you have to know. Then you can able to take your knowledge from there and use this advanced library which take most of your work away from you. You can simply import it and you will have the entire feature. Right now, we will find multiple libraries we have for the front end side. So if you go back in time like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, you will find that we had to write a lot of code for the front ends. Like we had very less number of libraries for animation, for sliders. But right now you will find multiple libraries. All you have to do is to install it, and you can simply attach the model and you will have the basic functionality. So you have to understand that how things it work. Once you will have the basic understanding, you can take the tools, the software to the next level. So that's why I'm telling you that focus on the root, understand that, then you can able to improve the application, build a better system, and you can able to understand that how this library is working. Like I can see a lot of you can import the library, but you don't have the basic understanding that what exactly happening. You can import it as it is, use in your project. That's the main problem. So if you really want to build a customizable model, so understand in the root level, that will help you to build the application full flexibly, and you will have more control over the project. So that's my take on this. I hope you have understood it.